guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to make this beautiful mesh bralette. I know some of you guys are in love with quick projects, so since the previous project was a bit hectic, I thought I could throw in something a bit easier as we wait for another big project which is coming right up. So today I am using this yarn. It's called Flores. Each ball is 50 grams and it's a 6-ply yarn. This is what I'm going to use today, and it's the same exact color that I am using, white. I am also using a 3.5mm crochet hook, pair of scissors, some stitch markers. These are optional, but if you have them, just keep them around because you never know when you'll need them. And then you also need a measuring tape, and that's basically it. I needed only one ball to make the whole project. So if you're maybe, let me say, a large, extra large, you will just need 2 balls. And if you would like to try out some other styles of cute bralettes that I have made in the past, I'll be leaving some of these videos behind for you guys to try them out, and let me know down in the comment section which one is your favorite. So if you would like the written pattern, it's already available on all my online shops, and I'll be leaving a link behind in the description box as well as on the screen if you would like to grab a copy. So let's get started. So I'm going to do a center pull just so that my ball of yarn doesn't move around the whole time. And I'm going to start off with a slip knot. You're going to roll over your yarn like this, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through, and then pull on the tail. That's how I do my slip knot. And then you're going to make a chain that runs from the base of your breast all the way to the center of your breast. So for me, I'm going to consider 16 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am making for a size small, and I have done a total of 16 chains. For all the other sizes, just look on the screen and follow the instructions as needed for you to get your desired size. So I have 16 chains, or whatever number of chains that you've done for your starting chain, and you're going to go into the 4th chain from the hook. So you're going to count from this one, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th you're going to place a double crochet. You're going to double crochet all the way across your starting chain until you get to your second last chain. Alright, so I've just placed a double crochet in the second last chain, and I have only 1 chain left. I am going to go into that last chain with a total of 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets into the same exact chain. This will bring us to the opposite side of our starting chain. As you can see here, it's like we've moved all the way around like this. Now we are going to work on the back side of our foundation chain. You're going to go into each and every chain along the starting chain, but also make sure you weave in this tail as you go. So I'm going to hold the tail along the starting chain, and I go into each and every chain with a double crochet, only 1 double crochet into each and every chain, but also wrapping around the tail that we left behind at the beginning of the row. So you can see I'm working around that tail so that I weave it in as I go. Continue to double crochet once in each and every chain. All right, so we are on the second last chain here, and you're going to make sure that you go into the last stitch, which should appear like a chain 3. Make sure you go into it with a double crochet, and that marks the end of row 1. This is what your work will look like. For row 2, you're going to make a chain of 3, which counts as a double crochet. Turn your work, and you're going to go into the next stitch with a double crochet. The chain of 3 is attached to the very first stitch, so you don't go into the first stitch because it has already gotten the chain of 3 that counts as a double crochet. Continue to double crochet in each and every stitch across until you place a double crochet in the double crochet before the chain 2 space at the top of the bra cup. All right, I am currently placing a double crochet into the stitch before the chain 2 space, and then into the chain 2 space. This time around I am going to place 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets into the same exact chain space. So 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, and then you're going to go ahead and place 1 double crochet in each of the remaining stitches until the end of the row. All right, so you should notice that you're working in a U shape. I've come to the end, and make sure you place a double crochet on top of the chain 3 at the end of the previous row. So this is what we have. You'll notice that you're working in a U shape, something like this. You keep going back and forth. That's how our rows look like. We're going to just repeat row 2 again and again until we have enough coverage for our bra cup. I'll be recommending a number of rows. So you chain 3, turn your work, double crochet into the next stitch, and continue to double crochet once in each and every stitch until you get to the chain 2 space, which will get 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets into the space, and then you continue to place 1 double crochet in each of the remaining stitches until the end of the row. I will be recommending a number of rows to make for the different sizes, but make sure that you keep trying on your piece as you go, so that you can decide for yourself how much coverage you want for yourself. There are people who would like maybe their cleavage out, and then there are those people who want a modest kind of fitting. So as you work, don't take my word for gospel truth. Keep trying on your top and make sure you get the coverage you want for yourself. And yeah, I'm just going to repeat row 2 until I get my desired coverage, and I'll be back to let you know, to show you what mine will look like after some more rows. All right, so I ended up with a total of 7 rows, as you can see here. Now we're going to go ahead and create a mesh row. For all the other sizes, just check on the screen and see how many rows that you're going to do for yourself. Now for the mesh row, you're going to make a chain of 4, which counts as a double crochet, chain 1, turn your work, skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next stitch. The chain of 4 is attached to the very first stitch, so you skip this one. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip a stitch and double crochet into the next. So you're going to repeat that all the way up until you get to the top of the bra cup. All right, so we're coming to the top of the bra cup. This is what we have. And now I'm going to make a chain of 1, skip the last stitch, and into the chain 2 space I will just place 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 2 more double crochets. And then we're going to go onto the opposite side and repeat the same exact process as we've done here. So chain 1, skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next, and go all the way down until the end of the row, creating a mesh pattern. So we're coming to the end of the row. I'm going to make a chain of 1, skip the second last stitch, and double crochet on top of the chain 3 at the end of the previous row. And this is what you're going to have. Now we're going to go ahead and clean up the mesh row with a single crochet row. So you're going to make a chain of 1 and turn your work. And you're going to go into each and every chain 1 space with 2 single crochets. So into the next chain 1 space, 2 single crochets, and you're going to do that all the way up until the top of the bra cup. Alright, so we've come to the top and we've just placed 2 single crochets in the last chain 1 space here. Now you're going to go into these stitches, each of them with 1 single crochet, and then into the chain 2 space you're going to place 1 single crochet there, and then single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. You can go ahead and use a stitch marker to mark the stitch that you just placed in the chain 2 space, because that will be the exact middle of the bra cup. And then you're going to go back to 2 single crochets in each and every chain 1 space. All right, so we have placed 2 single crochets in the last chain space, and this is what your bra cup will look like. You can stretch it out a little bit, but make sure it's not flat. This is the reason why it creates room for the bust coverage. So this is what we have. And then you're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn. And we're going to repeat the same exact process that we've done for our very first bra cup onto the second one. So create an identical bra cup to this one so that you have 2 of them, and I'll meet you back when I have both of mine ready. All right, so we're done with our second bra cup, as you can see. So you'll have 2 identical bra cups, but after the first one, you're not going to cut your yarn. We're going to take a measurement at the base of any of the bra cups because we have the same exact thing going on. We're going to take the measurement at the base of the bra cup, well stretched a bit, don't overstretch it. So I'll consider 9 inches at the base of the bra cup for mine, and we're going to multiply it by 2 because we have 2 bra cups. So that will be a total of 18 inches across both bra cups. So before we go ahead, I'm going to use this tail to attach the 2 bra cups together. I'm going to go into this stitch and the stitch on this side. Make sure both bra cups are facing the right side. So I'm going to just make a chain and attach the 2 bra cups together. All right, so after joining your 2 bra cups together, remember we have a total of 19 inches at the base of the 2 bra cups. So you're going to get your rib cage circumference minus 4 inches, whatever your rib cage circumference is. So mine is 28 inches minus 4 inches which is going to be a total of 24 inches. And then you're going to get this measurement at the base of the two bra cups, which is 19 inches, and then subtract that measurement from the 24 inches, or whatever result that you got from the ribcage circumference minus the 4 inches. So that is 19 minus 24, which is a total of 5 inches. Now that measurement, you're going to divide it by 2. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, and that is the little extension that we are going to make on this side. So 2.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to make a chain of 2.5 or whatever number that you ended up with. So for me, I'm going to do a total of 15 chains, and I'm going to make a chain of 1, cut my yarn, and create another extension on the opposite side. So we have this one, and then you're going to go ahead and make the same exact number of chains on this side. You're going to attach your yarn in the corner, and make your 15 chains or whatever number that you did on this side. So I have my 15 chains. You're going to add one more chain, and now we're going to make a single crochet row. You're going to go into the second chain from the hook and place a single crochet. Continue to single crochet once in each and every chain until you get to the body of the bra cup. Alright, so I have placed one single crochet in each and every chain, and now I'm going to go ahead and work across the base of the bra cups with single crochet stitches still. So you're going to go into the single crochet row and place one single crochet, and in each double crochet row you're going to place 2 single crochets all the way across. 2 single crochets in each double crochet row all the way across. So when you get to the middle of the 2 bra cups, I have just placed my 2 single crochets in the double crochet row. You're going to go into the single crochet row, the last row of the first bra cup, and place a single crochet, and then single crochet into the first single crochet row of the second bra cup, and then single crochet twice in each and every double crochet row of the second bra cup. Alright, so we've made it to the end of the second bra cup. As you can see here, we're going to go into the last row, which is the single crochet row of the second bra cup, and then continue to place 1 single crochet in each and every chain. Remember the extension chain that we created on the opposite side. We're going to go into each and every chain. Alright, so we are placing our last single crochet stitch. So we've made it all the way across. And if we take a measurement here, you will have 4 inches less than your rib cage circumference. So as I had mentioned, the rib cage circumference that I am considering is 28 inches. And if I take a measurement here, I should get to around 24 inches when stretched, as you can see here. So make sure you have that, and now we're going to start creating the mesh pattern for a few rows downwards before we get into the block design of the dress. So you're going to make a chain of 4, which counts as a double crochet chain 1, turn your work, this chain of 4 is attached to the very first stitch. So you're going to skip the next stitch and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next. So remember the mesh pattern that we created here. We are going to do the same exact thing for this row. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch and 1 double crochet into the next, guys. Continue to create the mesh pattern all the way across. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch, double crochet into the next. So repeat that all the way across until the end of the row. So we are working across both bra cups. This time round we are going all the way across until the second extension, and this is what you should have. Alright, so we've come to the end of row 1, working across both bra cups with the mesh pattern. You're going to make a chain of 1 and go into the very last stitch with a double crochet, and this is what you have. Now we're going to make a chain of 4, 1 2 3 4, which counts as a double crochet chain 1, and we're going to continue with the mesh pattern. So go into the next double crochet with 1 double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet. So that is going to continue to create a mesh pattern. So I'm going to repeat that until the end of the row, and I'll meet you back at this end. Alright, so we've come to the end of row 2 of mesh, and I'm chaining 1, skipping 1 chain and double crocheting into the next chain of the last chain 4 of the previous row. So we're going to repeat row 2 of the mesh pattern, this row that I just created. You're going to repeat it until you get the length of the mesh that you want for your piece. Alright, so I ended up doing a total of 8 rows of mesh, as you can see here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. And now you're going to make sure that you're on the right side of your work for the final row, which is going to be creating the scallops. You're going to go into the first stitch, the first chain 1 space, and place a single crochet, chain 3, and 3 more double crochets into the same space. And then you're going to skip over the next chain 1 space and single crochet into the next. Chain 3, 3 double crochets into the same chain 1 space. Skip over the next chain 1 space and single crochet into the next. You're going to repeat that all the way across. Until the end of the row. This is going to create a scalloped edge to finish off the base of our piece. Alright, so we're almost coming to the end of the scalloped row, which is the final row at the base of the top. And this is what it looks like. And I'm placing a single crochet into the top of the first chain 3, into the third chain of the first chain 4 of the previous row. So this is what your work will look like. You're going to make a chain of 1 and cut your yarn, pull through, and now we're going to create straps. remember where we placed our stitch marker in the single crochet that went into the chain 2 space of the backup. We're going to remove that stitch marker and we're going to attach our yarn to create the strap. Alright, so attach your yarn, make a chain of 3 and double crochet into the same exact stitch, and then chain 3, double crochet in the middle of the 2 stitches from the row below. So the chain of 3 counts as a stitch. Chain 3, double crochet in the middle space between the 2 stitches from the row below. That way your strap is going to keep growing until you get your desired length. So keep working this until you get your desired length of the strap. Alright, so I've made a strap that's long enough and I've done a total of 50 segments for my strap. I'm going to make a chain of 1 and cut my yarn, pull through, and repeat the same exact process for your second backup. As you can see here, we have a strap on this side. So we're going to attach our yarn into the middle stitch on top of the backup and repeat the same exact process for the second strap. Alright, so we have both our straps ready. You're going to weave in all your tails. As you can see here, we have these tails. You're going to weave all of them in and we shall see the final look of our project. So after weaving in all your ends, you're going to turn your work onto the back side and you're going to lace up our straps that we just created into the outside edge of our top. So this is the back side of your work. You're going to fold over the extensions like this and then create an X at the back. I'll be attaching a photo to show you what that looks like. You create an X at the back and then go into the first mesh row of the bottom band of the top and lace it up just like this. This is the X that's going to be at the back, and then skip a few rows of mesh and then lace up into the next row. Just go into the first box and lace up, and then you can continue doing that until you run out of rows on the bottom part of the top, and then you can go ahead and tie a knot, and that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.